Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Welcome to my Absolutely Fried podcast. My name is Jezabelle, and every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get absolutely fried together. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're more of a listener than a viewer, just know that this podcast is available to you on every streaming platform. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Samsung, Amazon, you name it, it's there. Just search Absolutely Fried, or you can check the description for the links. Also, don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram at Absolutely Fried Podcast. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I hope that you guys all had a great weekend. Let me tell you, buddy, I had a great weekend. We have a debrief. I had a great fucking weekend. It was so fun. And I did something over the weekend that y'all are going to be like, holy shit, what the fuck? For starters, I have a fresh new pack of my favorite pre-rolls. Oh, fuck. This is literally the best strain ever. I live by this strain. Oh, wow. My freaking Twitch is not working on my iPad. I can't read the freaking... I'm trying to see. I can't read the chat. Hold on, everybody. Let me pull it up. Let me try to refresh. Okay, boom. We're good now. Shout out to 8bits Jalen for subscribing. Thank you so much. Hello. And shout out to isthewiz04 for subscribing. Thank you. Anyway... this is my favorite strain. I'm still hooked on this strain. I have tried multiple, I think I've tried like 3 other strains since beginning to smoke this specific one, and I still keep going back to this strain. If you don't know, it's Pacific Stone's Indica Blend, which, by the way, love that brand. I hope to God that one day they want to sponsor me because I fucking live by their shit. I love it. It's affordable, and I think for the price point, you get really great fucking weed, and I haven't had any issues with it. I think their pre-rolls are great. I've even cut open one of their pre-rolls, and I think the bud, it's not shake whatsoever. I think the bud looks very high quality, so if you're looking for a budget brand, that's my recommendation. It's also family owned, so that's pretty cool. It's not like a massive brand. It's definitely more small, but it's their Indica Blend, which if you can't buy them, it's a 75% wedding cake and 25% GMO. You can try searching for that specific blend, or, if you're in a pinch, you can buy those strains separately, maybe take 3 hits 3 hits of the wedding cake and then 1 hit of the GMO, and boom, there you go. That's how I'm feeling. But yeah, let me go ahead and get one out because look at how gorgeous. I love the packaging too. It's so fucking cute. Shut up. It's literally so cute. I love them so much. Okay. So what did I do this weekend that y'all are going to be surprised about? Shout out to LOL Kwame, I hope that's how you say it, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Here we go. So what did I do this weekend? Bitch, I was smoking blunts this weekend. What? If you don't know this, I don't really smoke blunts. I feel like it's pretty obvious that I'm more of a joint person. I haven't really been a fan of the mix of nicotine along with weed. Sometimes I feel like it makes me sick. This weekend, I don't know what happened. So I was hanging out with someone and they were like, we both needed to go to the dispensary actually. And so we went to this dispensary to pick up some more of my Pacific Stone Slims. And they were like asking me, they're like, what do you think I should get? Like, I don't know what to get. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, well, I think I want to just get like maybe some pre-rolls or maybe just some like bud. I was like, all right. So we start looking around and I was like, honestly, like I really like Pacific Stone. And we were at a dispensary that I don't really go to. I seriously only go there for this one thing because everything else that they have, I'm not really interested in. I have my other go-to dispensaries that I go to for exactly what I know that I want. And they have like a great selection of things that I know that I like versus that place is the only one that carries this specific like thing. I don't know why, but for some reason, at least in LA, nowhere carries these. So if you're in LA, dude, you're going to have to get lucky with being in, I think, there's one place in the Valley, one place in Orange County, and I think one place in the city. that carries these anywhere else. They don't carry them anywhere in LA, which is crazy to me because I fucking live by this shit. But whatever. They had a little mini area where it was like Pacific Stone specifically. And I was like, hey, like they've got 2 pre-rolls right here. And it was like $20. And it was a 3.5. And I was like, maybe you should try this. I was like, in all honesty, I told them about the strain that I really liked. And I was like, you know, if they've got it in these like pre-rolls, like it's a 3.5 split between 2. I was like, that to me sounds like a pretty great deal. $20. What I didn't know when they were buying it is that they were blunts. They were pre-rolled blunts. And I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. They're like, you want to smoke one with me? And I was like, well, why not? You know, it's my favorite flower. And yes, it just so happens to be rolled up in a blunt. But in my head, I'm like, this is my favorite flower. Like, if there's ever going to be a time where I get into smoking a blunt, like, this is probably going to be my one chance. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'll try it. I haven't smoked a blunt, y'all, since, oh, wow. The last time I smoked a blunt was 2021. Little sad recap. Rest in peace. The last time I smoked a blunt was with my friend that passed away, and I just kind of refused to smoke a blunt again after that. I was like, I'm just gonna leave that to them. You know, like that was my last time. But no, yeah, no, it's, wow. Took me 3 years to recover from that shit. Wow. And then it's literally August. That's insane. What's today? What is today's date? The 19th? Low key. Okay, so his anniversary is the 21st. Oh my God, that's like crazy. Took me about exactly 3 years to finally sit down and smoke another blunt. But I made it. I did it. So that's good. That's what really matters. I know he'd be proud. But yeah, no, so I smoked a blunt and it was the best time ever. Holy shit. So another recommendation from Pacific Stone, they have these blunts that you can get. They're pre-rolled blunts, 2 in a pack. It came out to like 20 something bucks. And they have that strain, the indica blend. So maybe look for that near you. I don't know, man, but that shit was fucking amazing. And when I tell you, bro, I loved it so much. I also had to face a sad reality this weekend. The sad reality that I had to face is that my tolerance is going up. I know I've kind of touched on this a little bit. About how, like, my tolerance is going up. But, like, no, I was actually faced with the sad reality of it over the weekend because I outsmoked somebody. Somebody who smokes a lot, too. They smoke like a lot more than me. I'm talking about, y'all know those St. Ides drinks that are like 100 milligrams in one drink? Bro, they face those things regularly. Literally, like regularly, just like for fun, dude. Man. So we're smoking the blunt, and I low-key pushed them over the edge, but like it's not my fault because I didn't know that I did. They did not make me aware of the fact that I did. We were smoking the blunt, and it was literally my favorite strain. So like, since it was the weekend, I'm going crazy. I go crazy on the weekends. Like, I really love the weekends because I just let myself let loose, whether that be I'm taking edibles and smoking, or I'm just smoking a fuck ton and I'm fried out of my mind. The weekend is where I indulge, right? And so we're smoking, we're passing it back and forth, and I like, eventually they like put it out, and I was like, okay, bet, we're done, we're good. So I give it some time, and then like maybe like 20 minutes later, I was like, are we gonna smoke again? Or like, are we done? Like, what are we doing? Their whole thing was, the reason why they were smoking with me was because we never smoked together. It's like something that they were saying to me, that like, I'll either smoke before hanging out with them, or like, right, like, you know, like I just never really sit down and like share with them, you know, like we'll sit down and maybe I'll smoke around them for a bit, but like we never share with each other. And they were like, I would like to indulge in that moment with you. And I was like, okay, bet, let's do it. So I'm asking them like, oh, are we gonna smoke again? They're like, oh yeah. You want to smoke again? I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay, yeah, me too. Sure. We can smoke again. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm fried, right? Mind you, I'm fried. So I'm not really picking up on social cues here until after it was said and done. And after like I had sobered up, I realized, oh, maybe that was like, maybe they low-key didn't want to smoke actually, but they were just being nice. So they kept lighting up and smoking with me. But the thing was, like, I'd be hitting it and they would say to me, bro, I'm so fried right now. And so I'd go, immediately I'd say, oh, okay, like, do you want to stop smoking? Because, like, you know, like, if somebody wants to stop, like, I'll stop. And so typically when I look at someone and I say, oh, I'm fried right now, like, I'm so fried, that typically means I'm ready to tap out. Like, that's my way of telling you I'm tapping out without saying I'm tapping out. If I start continuously saying, okay, I'm fried, bro, I'm fried right now, like, I'm too fried, like, I'm fried, like, if I keep saying that, I'm tapping out. Don't let me smoke more. They kept saying they were fried, but they literally reassured me. They were like, no, like, I want to keep smoking, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like, are you sure? Like, I even tried to make sure, y'all. I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, no, I just want you to know that when I say I'm fried, like, I'm not saying I'm done. I'm just, like, letting you know, like, I'm fried. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. Turns out they lied to me when they said that, because they were in fact done smoking. And after they got, like, too fried, they, like, told me, they were like, yeah, no, I actually wanted to stop. I was like, why didn't you tell me? And they were like, I don't know, like, I just wanted to, like, smoke with you. I was like, oh, okay. They were facing that shit for no reason, bro. But this leads into the next part. Jez, you've been pushing your limits, getting mega fried recently, like that other stream. Oh, bro, no, that's what I'm saying. I've really been pushing it, bro. It's because, listen. You know how we talk about, like, when you get too fried, like, you got to lock in, you know, like, you're looking around, maybe you're a bit anxious. Like, if your brain were to think, like, one bad thing, like, you're going to run with it, it's going to be difficult to calm you down, you know, or everything just looks like it's in mega POV mode. Like, like, we've been talking about that a lot recently. But the thing is, like you said, I've been pushing my limits and getting to that point frequently. And since I get to that point frequently, I started, like, realizing, I was like, you know what? Like, once you cruise past that, like, anxious point, it's not that bad. I'm like, once we cruise past this, like, we're good. You know, we just gotta get through that little anxiety part. But once the anxiety's done, like, you're chilling and you're just fucking fried. So I've been getting there purposefully. I'm like, let's get scary fried and then just talk ourselves through it and we'll be good, right? So that's what I've been doing. And I started realizing, like, I also got way too fried when I was hanging out with them, right? I also got way too fried, and I started realizing that I have, like, little mannerisms that I do when I'm too fried. So I'm going to tell you guys them so that if you ever see me doing it on camera, like, you know, like, oh, she's gone right now. She's gone. Like, I may not look like it. I may still be yapping my ass off, but, like, she's gone. I noticed that, here's the thing. This is weird, and maybe some of you can relate to it, but I swear to fucking God that when I'm too high, I can feel my heart. I swear to God, I can feel my heart. And I don't mean, like, I can feel my heart rate, like my heart rate is not racing. Like, I'll check my Apple Watch, I'll check my pulse, I do the whole nine. And when I tell you my heart rate is chill, it is smooth, it is low, it's like, it's probably around, like, 68. Like, we're chilling, right? We're good. But for some reason, I swear to you, I can just feel it. Do you guys know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. When you're so high, you can feel your blood flowing. That's basically what it is, bro. Like, I'm just aware of it. And my heart's not racing. And that's why I don't typically, like, dive into a panic attack. Because, like, I check my heart rate real quick. And if my heart's not racing, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm good. Just for some reason, I have this feeling in my chest, like, specifically right here. And so once I realized, like, I can just feel it, but it's not racing, it's like this faint feeling. And so it's, like, weird for me. So, like, I'll keep itching my chest right here maybe. Or, like, I'll push on it. Or it's like in this side of my body, I'll, like, lift up my arm or something. And I just, like I was in the car and, like, we were just, like, listening to music, right? We had just Hotbox. We're listening to music and shit, just sitting in the parking lot. And, like, I'm, like, bumping to it. And, like, in my brain, I'm chilling. I was fried as hell, but, like, I was just chilling. Like, everything was good. But, like, for some reason, I just, like, picked up my arm and I was, like, bumping and I was just going like this. Just feeling right here, just moving my hand around my chest, rubbing my shoulder, putting my elbow in the air and shit. But I was, like, bumping. I was so fucking gone. I was so gone. But it's been enjoyable. And I would say that anyone knows that this is a blessing, that once you, like, realize, or like if you go through a panic attack or you green out, like it can be difficult once you go through a panic attack or green out to like get back into casually smoking because you're low-key scared it's gonna happen again. And so it's almost as if like you just start taking it real slow, you know what I mean? Like you'll only smoke a little bit, and you'll be like that for a while until after like you just smoke a lot again one day, and then you get to that point where you're too high, but then you realize all you have to do is talk yourself down, and then it feels like you're just back where you were before, where you can just enjoy smoking without having to like moderate yourself, you know, like watch yourself, like, okay, like let me slow down right here. That's a great feeling to get back, to be honest. Shout out to Trini Rose for subscribing. Thank you so much. When I'm too fried, I swear I get the spins just from being gone. Only in the car, though. No, I swear I got the spins. I did get the spins. There was one point where, like, I don't know what it was. It almost felt like motion sickness. That's the best way to explain it. It felt like motion sickness, but, like, that's really the only way I can explain it. Like, I didn't feel nauseous like I was going to throw up, but it just, everything felt, like, really moving. Like, if I locked eyes on a car and the car was driving by, it being in motion threw me the fuck off. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like it feels like I just saw a car for the first time. Oh my gosh. Y'all ever get so fried that you're looking around and you low-key question, like, how the fuck do I like this? You know what I mean? Like there's times where like I look around and like maybe like I've gotten way too fried, and so my perception of life is just completely altered, as if you just picked me up and plopped me in a completely different reality. I'm like looking around like, I can't believe I do this on purpose. Like I got myself here. Like, why the fuck did I do this shit? You just start with like, why did I do this? There's been a couple times recently because like somebody mentioned, I've been pushing my limits. I'll push my limits and I'm like, how the fuck did I get this fried, bro? Like, I feel like I'm on another planet, literally. Like, where am I right now? What the fuck? But this leads me into the next part. So when we were heading to our destination, we drove to Pasadena, and we were gonna like smoke there and just spend the day in Pasadena just doing cool shit, right? And when we were driving on the way there, we heard this noise, like in their car, and it sounded pretty bad. It sounded pretty bad. I can't lie to you. It sounded pretty scary. Like we were like, should we like? I think we should like call for your car to be towed. That's what we were saying. Like we thought it was so bad. Like he started like texting like car people that he knows and stuff, trying to figure out what the problem is. Like we were scared. Like we thought that, you know, if we even attempted to take this back home later on, like shit might fall apart. Like, are we gonna be okay? We don't want to die, you know? And sorry, my nose is getting like stuffy right now. But so he starts telling me, I was like, he's talking to me about like the parts and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it sounds like it's the control arms, like we're talking about the control arms, right? And I was like, it sounded like it was coming from the back. And he looked at me and he goes, really? And I was like, yeah. Like, what did you think it sounded like? And then he's like, I thought it was coming from the front. And I was like, oh, well, to me it sounded like the back, but maybe you're right. I was like, you probably know more about this than me. Like, all I know is like it definitely sounded like it was a control arm issue, and we were talking about like when he made his turns and stuff. So, but here's the problem: I'm fried out of my fucking mind. I'm completely fucking gone. Like so gone that like when I tell you, like I said, it felt as if I've been plopped in a different reality. I'm not even here. I wasn't me. It was somebody else replaced my body. Like, it was crazy, right? I was so fucking fried. And he decides to say, all right, well, I'm going to start the car up and we're going to have to like listen to it. And I was like, oh, buddy, I swear to God, I'm so fried. I had extra senses. I could sense everything around me. I was so hyper aware of everything taking place around me. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to like focus in on that one fucking noise. Like, what? And he's like, we're just going to drive around the parking lot and we'll just listen. And I was like, I'm not going to say no to him. You know, like, this is a serious issue. We got to figure this out. Like, I might be fried now, but later on when we're not fried, we're going to need to get home some way. So what are we going to do? So I was like, all right, let's do this. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm like, go ahead. You can drive. I was like, I got this. I'm going to lock in. I'm going to lock in right now. Right? And he's like, okay, bet. So he starts going to drive around the parking lot, and I had to close my eyes, and I like positioned myself so I was basically like sitting on top of like the center glove, not, is it the glove compartment, like the center console. I was sitting on top of the center console because I was trying to put my body and my head like in between all four tires so that I could like really feel where the noise was coming from. And I was like, I gotta close my eyes. I was like, I gotta turn off all my other senses so that I can just narrow in on this one and focus, right? And so I did, bitch. This was crazy. It felt like a superpower. This was crazy. I closed my eyes and I held my breath. I was serious. When I said I turned off all my senses, like I went, and he's like driving around and I'm listening and I'm like about to suffocate, right? And I'm nodding my head. I'm like, yep. All right, this is it. I was like, it's the back for sure. It's the back. Don't ever do anything serious like that when you're fried, because I probably could have been wrong still. But in my brain, like, think about this. Like, think about a sober person hearing this. Like, you're so fried, you think that you've developed extra senses. And so in order to hear something better, you held your breath and shut your eyes real tight. I am the definition of lock in. One thing about me, no such thing. No such thing as too high. We can lock in. I can lock in. I can do this. No such thing. I like, ooh, trust me. And I did it. I did it in Pasadena when we parked and we were like, okay, we're in our area. Like, let's go walk around. We go to finally start walking around. And I tell you, I was sitting in that car and I was so fried. I felt the tingles. I felt the tingles, and it starts in your feet. And it's like the tingles feel like, if you've never felt it before, let me describe it. It feels as if there's some music playing in your body and your feet just start tingling. And it makes you want to like move them a little bit. And then it starts to make its way up your legs and you're like, you just feel all tingly. That's what it feels like. But I was so fried. I'm looking around and I'm like slouched over in this car seat. And I'm like, I don't even think I want to be here right now. When you get too fried that you regret even like being out and about while being fried, where you're like, I should have just stayed home. I should just be at home right now. Like, I could be fried at home. I was like, I'm in a whole other city right now. Like, I gotta walk around. But the thing was, I told myself, I was like, get up, come on, time to lock in. I was so fried that I felt like I couldn't walk. You know, like, you're so fried that your body feels glued down. You look down at your body and you're staring at your limbs and it's almost like you're paralyzed. You're like, okay, you got to move now. It's time to move. Ain't shit moving. Why am I still sitting here? What the fuck? But the thing is, you just move. There's no other way to explain it. You just do it. You're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get up right now. And then you just lift up your arm. What the fuck? It's crazy. And so I did that and went walking around. Nobody could lock in like me, for real. Nobody could lock in like me. You know, I say that, right? I say that, but I've never worked high. I have never once gone to a job high at all. Even when I worked as a server and everybody was smoking all the time, there was a manager who would pull out. She would literally bring like an ounce to a couple of ounces with her to work. And she would have that shit out on one of the counters in the kitchen and would just roll up in between like tables and shit. Yep. Everybody was smoking. She was always offering. Everyone was stepping outside to step in the back real quick to smoke and shit. So these people were fried all the time. But in my head, I'm like, does anybody in here get fried and work? You can't work without being high? Interesting. What's your job? What do you do? Because I worked predominantly not predominantly. I don't know. I worked a lot of different jobs. I'm capable of wearing lots of different hats. I was a hustler. I wanted the money. So I was taking any job that would take me. I was working like 3 jobs and then like some in between shit where it's like, you just come do this real quick and you get paid. Buddy, I'll do it. I was like, I got free time. Why not? But yeah, no, I could never do it for a physical labor job, especially. Holy shit, dude. I couldn't even do it when just sitting at a computer and doing work. Couldn't do that either. Because like you got to focus and you got to read. I can't read when I'm too fried. Oh shit, Jelly's in here. What the fuck? What's up? Yeah, no, I can't read. Like y'all have seen me on here. Like when somebody like subscribes or something pops up, like literally my iPad and phone are right here. This is maybe like a little bit more than a foot away from me. I'm squinting. And bitch, I had LASIK. My vision is 20/20 perfect. I have perfect eyeballs right now. That shit can't see it. It's almost as if there's just too much. There's a lot of different colors, you know? I don't know, a lot of different fonts in front of me. There's like 3 different fonts. That's a lot for me my brain to take in and decipher right now. It feels like I'm reading like a Morse code. That's what it's like. Like I gotta squint, and then I'm sure y'all have heard me try to read shit, and then like I butcher the fuck out of it. I throw my own words in there, or I just take out the ones I don't feel like having. And it's not even that I'm doing it on purpose. It's that my brain just isn't picking up on those. You know how like your nose, your eyes can see your nose, like it's always there, but your brain just blocks it out? That's what it does. That's what it does. And people are like, Jezabelle, why don't you text me back? Right there. Somebody clip that and send it to me. That whole spiel, clip that and send it to me. And I'm going to go ahead and send that to everybody I know. So they already know what's going on. Oh, okay. She's just fried. Does anybody have a friend like that? Where you can't take anything they do seriously? Even if they maybe did something that came off as like rude to you, or maybe it felt like they were ignoring you or something like that. But the thing is, like, they mean nothing mean by it. They're not ignoring you on purpose. You know, they're gone. They're gone up there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't read too deeply into what this person's doing and what this person's saying, because it is very much surface level. If you try to find a hidden meaning under it, you're looking too deep. There is no hidden meaning. I don't even think they know what that means. I hope I'm not that friend. Does that friend know that they're that friend? Oh no, hold on. You're that friend? Having a friend like that is crazy, because let me tell you something. 6 months. 6 months ago, I had a friend that was supposed to send me something. It's been almost half a year. They were supposed to send me something. They have not sent it. They had to mail it. At first, they just had to give it, and then I moved, and then they had to mail it, and they were totally down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were gonna mail it, right? 6 months. Not only have they not mailed it, it's something that they could just bring here too, mind you, like fly here with it. And you're probably like, well, Jezebel, why the fuck would they fly to Los Angeles? They do. They fly here almost every weekend. Been over to my place and everything. Just didn't bring it. Just didn't bring the stuff. And genuinely, the thing is, they don't mean anything by it. I talked about this friend before. I was like, yeah, I moved and they were supposed to send me, like, one of the things they were supposed to send me was my dead dog. I had my dog's ashes. They were supposed to send that, and it took them like 4 months to send that. It took them like 4 months. They were like, I got you, girl. Like, I'm going to send it to you. Like, this was when I was still living there. They were like, I got you. Like, I'm going to send it to you like this week. Like, don't worry. I can go and just drop it off for you. Like, the post office is right here, which it is. They did not do it. It took them like 4 months to get my dog. My dead dog. But yeah, no, they genuinely mean nothing by it. I know this person is fried the fuck out. Like, they're gone up here. And like, there's no way for me to describe it to you guys unless you were to just meet them. Like, if you met them, you would instantly get it. Instantly. There's no explanation. You get it. You get it. Like, they're fine. They don't mean to do it on purpose. They're going to give it to you. Maybe they just have to remember. I feel like their memory might just go back a certain amount of time. So you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened, like what occurred like 4 months ago just hit their brain. It just hit them. And they're like, oh, gotta send that. Gotta do that. And then they get it done. It's just something about them, you know? It's an oh moment. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Trust me, it just makes sense. Maybe one day you guys will meet them. Maybe that is the type of person that I need to bring on this podcast. I'll be like, hey guys, like, this is the friend that was supposed to send me something. And you're going to go, oh, okay. Got you. This guy I met that night took my almost full $20 bottle of vodka. This is me trying to read something. Of vodka, still fuming to this day. Hold on, did I just tune into like a story right there? Did I miss you somewhere else? Why did this guy take a $20 bottle of vodka from you? What the fuck? Hi, Sana. This is your first time watching? Well, welcome. So happy to have you. We're just chilling. We just smoke and we chill. Glad you can make it, though. But yeah, no. So that was pretty much like the start of my weekend. So I'm in Pasadena. Pasadena was a great place. I liked Pasadena. I don't think I'd live there. I truthfully actually went there to see if it's somewhere that I would want to live. Mainly because I just was thinking about moving away from the area that I'm in. It's just super hot. And I don't know, the rent's expensive. I was just trying to see if there's somewhere else to live that's maybe cheaper. So I went looking around Pasadena. Cool place. Don't think I'd live there. Had some insane stores though. So I specifically went out there because I wanted to go like thrifting and antiquing, and they had a shit ton of antiquing stores, dude. Like a shit ton. And they were not like junkyard antiquing stores where like you walk in there and it looks like they've just taken any donation under the sun, or like one of those ones that has like different booths in them and it's all people selling different stuff, and it's just like, instead of it feeling like antiquing, it feels like just like a bunch of small businesses together, and it's expensive. They've overpriced it a lot. Instead, this felt like it was a smaller store, right? And it feels like the owners that own these like stores out there, they were all small. The ones that I went to, the owners genuinely love antiquing and they love finding really cool shit. And so they find all this really cool stuff, and it's like things that they're a fan of. Like, it doesn't feel like a junkyard. It feels very specific, and it's like very specific to them and their character too. So like seeing the owners and then seeing the stuff that was in the store was also really crazy, because when I tell you it matched them too, it was so interesting. But this first one that I went to, I posted a video about I think one or two of the places that I went. They had like this 3-foot like alien, and it was like an actual like prop. It was so fucking cool. The shit in there was so cool that it was like, I can't lie to you, like it was an expensive place, but I don't think it was overpriced. I think that the pricing matched the stuff. It's just definitely outside of what I could afford. It was like so the 3-foot alien, low key, like if I was damn, I wish I was rich because I would have bought it. There was so much stuff I would have bought. The 3-foot alien was like, I think it was $245. Buddy, I can't lie to you, just like the way that it looked, the material it was made from, like this was worth it. I don't know, I might be tweaking, but it was worth it in my eyes. There was a 3-foot alien. There was what was this other one? There was one more thing that was so fucking cool. I can't remember what it was. Oh, another thing that was cool was they had this like anatomy cutout where it was like the anatomy of a human, and it seemed like something that you'd see in like a high school classroom that kids are learning from, right? It was so fucking cool. I was like, I want this for my living room. But it was $195. It was big. It was really big. Again, made sense to me. Can't afford it. Oh, and it broke my heart. And we went to a couple other ones that were just really fucking cool. They all had very weird, like I said, super specific pieces in them, but none of them looked like not quality. Like everything in these places was very quality, very cool. I love swap meets. Those are exactly how you described, and it's a much better price. Going to swap meets, you'll find a whole bunch of cool shit sold by individual people. Yeah, I have never been to a swap meet. That'd be really cool. That would be really cool. I like going to stuff where I can get good bang for my buck. I don't know if I'll ever shop at like expensive places like that. Like I feel like an expensive version of what we're talking about would be some shit like Anthropologie, like something that rich people, where they're like, I want to buy just like random things. Like Anthropologie comes to mind. Like I don't know if I'd ever genuinely shop at any of those stores. as I got older and I like made more money, I would, instead of like shopping at more expensive places, I would just buy more stuff at the affordable places. I was like, gosh, look at all this stuff I can get. Instead of being like, let me get something like maybe like better quality or some shit like that. I was like, now instead of buying like one of these things from Temu, I can buy 10 of them. What? Swaporama in Chicago goes hard. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Is it like a big convention one that's done every year? Or is that one that's like regularly available for people to go to? That sounds pretty cool. I'm sure they have something like that in LA. This is a massive place. If there's going to be like swap meets and shit like that, I would think that it'd be in this city. I probably just have to find them. I feel like it's very difficult to find stuff to do in LA. If you just like solely go based off of like a Google search or something. What I've found is like the way that you have to find things to do in this city is like you have to be following like events pages and events pages for like something specific. Like it's a hyper specific to that niche. So like if I wanted to find stuff to do that was like weed friendly, like I need to be following these like events pages that are like maybe focused on weed, or it's like maybe a venue that is like made for weed or some shit like that. You got to follow those pages because that's how you find the little things to do. It was never like that in Atlanta, but I don't know if that's just because there wasn't anything to do in Atlanta, period, except alcohol. And like I don't even know, like there would literally be flyers for them everywhere, so you would just find what to do, and it was always drinking. Yeah, I don't think there was anything to do in Atlanta's weird, dude. It's just drinking stuff. They don't ever do anything fun. Like, let me break it down to you like this. There was like this exhibit that went on at like this museum in Atlanta, and it was like a museum like / venue, and it was like a balloon exhibit, and it was like for this artist that like makes balloon animals, and like that's the art. My friend lived next door to the venue that was hosting this, and the car lines, she lived like right down the street from me, and normally it would take me like maybe like 10 minutes to get to her place. It took me an hour and 45 minutes because of the traffic going into there. There's nothing to do in Atlanta. That people were sitting in over an hour and a half of traffic to go to this balloon exhibit. That's all that there was to do. And that was on a weekend, bro. It was a weekend too. I'm like, what the fuck? People were getting fucked up there. It was like, they had like open bar and shit like that. Shout out to Nay Plays for subscribing. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, that's crazy. But since that was the only thing to do, that's what everybody was doing. Everybody was going to it. My friend ended up going to it, and I asked her about it, and she told me, she was like, it really wasn't anything like crazy. She's like, that bitch was like packed shoulder to shoulder. They were charging a lot for the tickets too. It was crazy. I don't know. Maybe there's like a what's it called? A fan base that I don't know about for balloon animals. Is there a market that I'm missing? If I started like making balloon animals right now, like would people be entertained? I might be missing something. First rule in Atlanta, go out during the week, avoid the weekends. That's real. That's actually so real. The thing about, dude, I've started realizing that like, do you guys ever pay attention to when kids are in school or like not in school? Because I pay attention to it. Not that I'm paying attention to children, but I'm paying attention to the fact of how fucking busy everything is. Oh my God. Like, the best part about being an adult is you can go out when you want to go out, and you can do stuff when you want to do stuff, right? And so it's not like you have to, unless you're working during the day or like you can't get a day off during the week, like then you do stuff on the weekends. But like, if you're somebody that doesn't work like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, or you can take days off during the week, Going to do stuff during the week is fantastic. Nobody's there. It's just you and like maybe a handful of other people. Oh, it's great. You can do everything you want to do and there's like no one. Oh my God, it's fantastic, right? But then all of a sudden, I'll go out one random like Tuesday or something and everything will be packed and there's people everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are there so many people here? Did everyone start figuring out that you could go out during the week? Like, what's going on? And then I realized, oh, fuck, it's June now. The kids are out for school. It's the summertime now. Oh, I hate it. I hate this. I've begun to hate the summertime because kids are out. And so families are out and about doing everything. They're going, even just walking. They're just out in the streets. They're just everywhere because they're just spending time with each other, enjoying the summer. I hate it. Go home. Then I get no time to myself, especially if you live in a city like Atlanta or you live in a city like LA. What? Bro, people fly here to visit. People will come here to visit. They'll take their families here on a vacation or something. Like, I'm fucked. This summer, I thought it was going to be hot girl outside summer. That's what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be going crazy, right? I thought I was going to go like to clubs and shit. I thought I was going to be like dressed skimpy and going wild. Like, I thought it was going to be something else. You know what I mean? No, I would say that this is the most I've ever stayed indoors, and this is the palest that I've ever been, just because so many people outside. Oh my God. And then the heat. Let me tell you something. Global warming's real. I feel it. I'm dying outside. Like I've said, y'all, I can feel my blood boiling and cooking my organs. Like, it's so hot. Like, I get irritated. It's so hot. I step outside. I'm irritated. Irritated. What? Irritated from heat is crazy. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't want to do it. I'm sticky. I'm gross. I sweat so much, but I can feel it in my butt crack. I sweat so. I don't want to talk about it. I got sweat stains in areas I should not have sweat stains right there. That should not be a thing. That's global warming right there. That's what they need to make the commercial. They need to show like a picture of how much somebody is sweating today just stepping outside. I'm not even exerting myself. I'm walking from the door to the car and the car is parked right on the curb. I'm AC until I get ground floor, walking out of the building, AC. I'm cool until I step out of that door. And then on that right there, the driveway, and boom, right there, they're parked. I go to sit in the car. Why is my crack sweaty already? That's not how it should be. Why am I looking and seeing stuff right here on my chest? No. Ridiculous. That's global warming. I believe it. They try to tell us that that's not a thing. That's a thing. I felt it. That's a thing. I remember when 98 was like crazy in California. Now it gets to like 105 on the regular in the valleys in the summer. Yeah, no, it's fucking hot, dude. I thought I was going to have fun with this being my first summer. I was like, yes, this is going to be so fun in California. No. Big fat no. Dude, there's a lot of fires here. I know you guys have like when is fire season? Does anyone know when that is? I know that there's like a fire season. I don't know if it's the summer, but there was a lot of fires over the summer. I drove by so many places where fires had started. And I remember one of them was when I was driving on like the interstate, and like I come around this curve and it was like covered in like black smoke. Holy shit. It's the first time I ever experienced that. So I was wondering if is it going to get worse? Chill out. Someone said just over here, like global warming is real with the new swamp spawning between cheeks is crazy. That is crazy, dude. Fire season is now. Okay, until September. Okay. After September, is that the wet season? Somebody told me that there's a rain season here, but even during that rain season, like it's really not that much rain. It's dry here, bro. It is dry. August is hottest month of the year, but I argue June was worse with the heat wave. Yeah, no. This definitely felt cooler than one of the summer months. I don't remember which one. This is definitely cooler though, because I remember that heat. Oh my God. Dude, let me tell you how hot it is. It's so hot that I went without food in my refrigerator. Not because, I didn't want to go to the store. Because I didn't want to have to park my car and walk to the grocery store, like right to the front doors. I didn't want to have to do that. Because even if I got a close parking spot, the entire parking lot is black. And so when you step out of the car, you can feel the heat like bouncing back off the ground, like it's emitting from the ground. And it feels like you step into, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like you step into like boiling air. Like it's weird as fuck. It was so hot. I never felt that in my life. I felt like I'd been assaulted. Like, this is hot. Is that normal? Like, I go to walk into the grocery store and I look at the security guard for a second and I think, should I ask him, should we be worried? Is there a fire downstairs or something? Like, why is it so hot right there? Why is the ground? You know what I'm saying? Like, scared. I don't want to park my car in the sun. My tires are going to melt. I'm thinking my tires are going to melt. No. This is crazy. Shout out to Jet Lane Lanetzi. Jet Lanetzi. Is that how you say that? I don't. I'm trying. Thank you for subscribing or giving out a subscription. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I didn't even think of Australian people. In Australia, people be walking around barefoot in the summer and it's crazy hot. I don't know how they do it. Doesn't it get to like ridiculous? Like, you actually can't go outside. Like, it's not that people like are choosing to not go outside. Like, it gets so hot there that they actually get like these mandatory like shutdowns where you can't go outside because of how hot it is. Isn't that a thing there? Like, it gets like there's days like commonly where it's like 120 degrees. I can't imagine that. How are spiders surviving that? The whole thing about Australia is the spiders, right? They're just animals and stuff living out there, like surviving. That's crazy. Hold on a second. And they're outside, like people, like the people in Australia, they are behind closed doors and AC, right? But there's stuff living outside and surviving. That's fucking crazy. Australia has the deadliest snakes on Earth. Another reason to not live in Australia. Another reason. Oh, I have a conversation for us. Hold on, I wrote this one down. Oh, buddy, damn, I talk so fucking much. I didn't even finish telling y'all about Pasadena. How long has it been? 47 minutes. We're still on the first topic of Pasadena. Oh my God, sorry. Okay, so boom. Man, let me tell you something. So this is when we're leaving Pasadena. Car ended up being fine. We were able to take it back on the streets. We took the streets back instead of taking the interstate back home. We're driving back and we go to drive over this ridiculous overlook, like absolutely insane overlook, right? We get to the bridge and we start crossing it, and all over the fucking bridge are just like all these suicide prevention signs, right? And it's an absolutely gorgeously structured bridge. Like I've never seen a bridge and looked at it and went, wow, that's a beautiful bridge. Like, this was a gorgeous fucking bridge. It was built in like 1917. I don't remember. It was some crazy shit like that. It began with a 19. Okay. It began with a 19. It's this gorgeous bridge, and in front of like the gorgeous like structured fence to like, you know, like stop stuff from going over is like this insanely high second fence, like that looks like it's newly put in, right? And all these suicide prevention signs. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, why is there so many? Like, in order for them to have done that, I don't think they did that for fun. Like, somebody had to have done something, or at least a good amount of people for them to turn around and put that. Because the thing about us is we don't fix stuff till it's broke. That's how most people think. That's how our government thinks. It's not going to instate something until multiple people die. Not one, not two. It's going to need to be quite a few. before they're finally like, okay, fine, we'll put the funding in, right? So I was like, this had to be a lot of people that died. So I decided to look it up, and on a whim, right? I was like, I don't know what the name of that bridge was, so I'm just going to search Suicide Bridge. Would you fucking know that the name of the bridge is actually Suicide Bridge? No, yeah, apparently like dozens of people have jumped from that bridge. Like, that's literally what the bridge is known for. I'm like, what the fuck? And when I tell y'all, like, bro, it's fucked up. Like, okay, trigger warning, or like, don't spin out. Like, you're good, bro. We're chilling right now. Like, trigger warning, you know, like when we were driving away from the bridge, like I turned around to look at it, and when I tell you that this bridge, that's a drop. That is not a short way down. Like, I've never, like, this was a cliff. Like, I'd never seen something like this before. This is my first time ever in my life seeing anything like that. Like a bridge that gorgeous and going over like this insane fucking drop. Like, the fact that we drove over that, and like, if I had known that that was the drop driving over that bridge, I would have thrown up. I would have thrown up, because I do not believe in, I believe in human error, bitch. That's what I believe in, okay? And I would have been fucking freaking the fuck out. Y'all know my anxiety. I would have been, whoop, through the roof, terrified to drive over that bridge. We've already driven over it. We're on the other side. I'm looking like, just looking at it gave me like, whew, heart fluttered. So, because bitch, that was a long way down. And I know for a fact, like, rest in peace for real to any of those people, because that's a long way down to think about the decision that you made. That is a long way down. Because here's the thing, y'all. Have y'all ever seen that YouTube video where people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, like, that survived, they tell their story? Bitch, they all say the same thing. The second that their feet left that bridge, they instantly regretted it. Instantly regretted it. They realized, wait a second, it's actually not that deep. Holy shit. They realized that. They're like, oh, wait. It's not that serious. Ooh. And so, like, when I think about that, when I watched those interviews, the only thing that I thought when I saw those was like, damn, if everyone is saying that they thought that same thing, like, that means that everybody probably thought that, or at least most people thought that. So even the ones that didn't survive, that's fucking crazy. And so I don't know, to see a bridge that's that fucking tall, like, this is a drop into, like, buddy, like, just look up the bridge and like see if you can see like the actual drop. Dude, it's a long way down, bud. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, no, but super heavy subject, but hey, you know, like, I just want to remind you guys, I know we're just like kind of just chilling and just chatting, but if you or anyone you know needs help, or if you feel like, reach out to somebody. Just reach out to someone. It's not worth it. Don't even think about it. Not to be too nonchalant, but like, it's not that deep, dog. Trust me. After you get some help, you'll realize that. So I just want to throw that out there. There is prevention lines available to you. There is something available to you. Just Google it. It's going to pop up. So just in case you're out there and you're happening to be watching, love you. You're loved. Okay. But yeah, no, that shit was crazy, man. Absolutely insane. I wonder if there's like a documentary or something I could watch on it, because that's a lot of people. But yeah, no, that's the end to the Pasadena conversation. That's what everything that took place. Apparently 53 minutes. That's what happened in Pasadena, y'all. This morning though, let's end on a nicer note. Move to a nicer note. I got an opinion, okay? I don't know if y'all saw this, right? Sexy Red dropped some lip gloss. Sexy Red dropped some lip gloss. So I see this. I was on Twitter and I see the tweet. I see her tweeting about it. I'm like, oh shit. She made a lip gloss. I was like, if anything, that is quite literally the absolute best move for her to do. I was like, this is the best move for her to do. Lip gloss doesn't go out of style. Everybody loves lip gloss. Whether you wear makeup or you don't, Everybody loves lip gloss. Lip gloss is like, I would say, the most universal makeup tool because everybody from older women down to children, toddlers, will wear lip gloss because it's like the one thing that parents will like. It's like they start their kids on like, oh, you want to wear makeup? Okay, here's a lip gloss. You can wear that. Okay. And when you're a little bit older, we'll talk about the other stuff, right? You start with a lip gloss, bro. This woman, let me just go ahead and read it to you. I'm going to read you what she named her lip glosses, y'all. Let's start. So let me read the tweet first. She said, introducing Northside Princess, the brand, and my first product will be my lip gloss. I'm so excited. I was like, ooh, check cute packaging. Okay, I'm going to give a little flash. It's like these little pink boxes. So cute, right? The names. Coochie Juice. Booty Hole Brown. Nut. Pussy Hole Pink. No. You're probably like, okay, just well, chill. Like, it's cute names. Okay. Yellow Discharge. Gonorrhea. Blue Balls. And Sex on My Period. So all right, let me put it like this. My degree is in marketing, so I'm conflicted. My personal opinion is that was the stupidest shit ever, and I think that she just completely and utterly tarnished her brand. Completely. Not only her brand, but her face and her brand. I think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure people would like say, like, with the music and stuff, like, oh, like she was already tarnished, but like, no, hear me out now. I think that she tarnished herself with that because with lipstick, like I said, lipstick doesn't go out of style, babe. I was like, it was a great fucking idea. That is a great idea. And I was thinking, the first thought that I had when I read that she came out with it, I was like, that's going to go well for her. She can collaborate with other celebrities. She can collaborate with other brands. I was like, if it doesn't go well, she could get picked up by like Sephora or something. And then like Sephora buys the brand or some shit. And then she's just more of a collaborator on it. Like, this could go so many different ways, right? If she hadn't named those things. Who the hell? How are you going to advertise that? How are you going to advertise that color? You're telling me TikTok's going to let you advertise that shit on there? You're telling me Instagram would let you say that on there in an ad? You're telling me that a TV commercial would allow you, Hulu is going to let you say those words, everything, any of them, pick one. Gonorrhea? Yeah, you can wear the color gonorrhea. Come get you some gonorrhea is crazy. Put gonorrhea on you is crazy. Watch as I apply this gonorrhea to the model. What? You think at Sephora or Ulta, you think they're going to carry that? You think they're going to have that in the store? I can't imagine that. I cannot imagine that whatsoever. But I could be wrong. We got to see. Is it going to go in stores? Is this going to be something she just strictly sells from her website? That's Walmart makeup. You think I don't even know if Walmart would take that on. Honestly. But then, like I said, I mentioned earlier, I have a marketing degree. So what's my conflict with it? My conflict is that the other part of me is, Jezabelle, what did you just do? You just announced her brand to all these people that most of y'all might not have even known that she was launching a brand. All of you now know that she has a brand and she's dropping lip glosses, and chances are those names are so absurd that you're going to go look it up right now. You probably looked it up just now thinking there's no way that that's what it's called. You just looked into it. You just put that on your phone. So when it does drop, you're probably going to find out somehow, some way it's going to end up on your social media or something because you just searched it on your phone. So that's the other marketing part of me that's like, you know, like she may miss out on all of this stuff, but maybe it's crazy enough that it could work. It's crazy enough that she will do well because people are going to be like, well, what does yellow discharge look like? Oh, what does gonorrhea look like? That's crazy. She can't keep getting away with this. Like, what? Who is this? This is a real industry plant in my eyes. Who is listening to Sexy Red? Who's funding this? Be real in the chat. Anybody, do you actually listen to sex? Like, you get in the car, you plug your phone in, and you're like, let's put it on. Who? That's crazy. I've never. No, I've never actually listened. I've never sat down and listened to a real Sexy Red song. I've like heard it in TikToks, but I did not think that people were actually listening to it. I thought it was like, if it was going to be played anywhere, I thought it'd be played in a club, which makes sense. Especially like a club in Atlanta makes sense. Hell yeah. I can imagine that being played, but I can't imagine it doing. If I got in the car with somebody and they put Sexy Red on, I wouldn't judge them or anything, right? But I wouldn't know if they're joking or not. I'd probably laugh. I'd probably be like, yeah. Look out the window, because like, I don't know. She says some just real vulgar ass shit. I can't listen to vulgar music. I can't listen to music that like really talks about sex. I can't do it. If they start getting like way too like graphic with it, talking about like, especially, oh my God, I hate when rappers like talk about like women like giving them head and shit, and they get real detailed with it, talking about like spit and slurp and down the throat. When they be talking about that shit, dude, I seriously change next. It's so weird and it feels so uncomfortable. Even if it's literally just me in the car, I'll literally be like driving and like it'll be playing and like nobody else is in the car, but I get a little embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, stop. I can't. It makes me so uncomfortable. Kevin Gates. Yeah, no, I don't listen to Kevin Gates. You listen to Lil' Kim? Dude, I don't know if I've ever listened to Lil' Kim. So Sexy Red is nothing. Okay, facts. You know, Meg Thee Stallion is probably like as far as I can go. Somebody said, not gonna lie, Meg Thee Stallion grosses me out when she raps about her vagina. Her kitty. I think that Meg Thee Stallion is as far as I can allow it, you know? Like, I feel like Meg Thee Stallion, maybe I just haven't listened to like it's because I haven't listened to all her music, but the songs I have heard, like she doesn't really get mega graphic with it. You know? Like, think about like the difference between her and Sexy Red. You know, like Meg Thee Stallion she could still be played on the radio. Sexy Red most definitely cannot. Like, maybe that's a good way to go off of it. Like, if it can be played on the radio, then that's good for me. You know what I mean? Anything past that where they be getting like they're gonna censor that, I get it. Gonorrhea is an alarmingly green color. It was described as. I don't know. Did you just tackle that? It was described as on there, or are you speaking from existence? She is on the radio? Shut up. Really? Do they play the whole thing? Does the radio allow that now? Or do they cut it out? Okay, so they do the bleep. Is it like every other word is bleeped? Or am I tripping? Oh my God, have y'all seen? Oh wait, no, that wasn't real. My bad. I just got like reality and TV confused for a second. My bad. I'm fried. Y'all know how I've been watching Atlanta recently? There's this episode where this like white woman, it's like a video of a white woman, and it's like pretending like it came from like her Instagram story, and she's like, I was in the car with my kid today, and there was this song that went on the radio on 96.5, and that's like a popular like 96.5 is like the hits, you know what I'm saying, the rap hits. And she was like, I'm gonna read off the lyrics to you. You guys have to look up that scene on fucking YouTube. Oh my god, that scene. She starts rapping the entire lyrics to like this really graphic song. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. And I thought that was real life for a second. I was like, oh my god, have you guys seen that? That happened in a TV show. That was not real life. Sometimes the artist releases a cleaner version with less cuss words so it can be on the radio. Okay, well, that makes sense. There's like certain artists to me that are like huge artists that I didn't know that people genuinely like listen to. Like that's who they'll put that on in the car and like drive to that music. And those artists for me are Ice Spice, Sexy Red, Sabrina Carpenter. I don't listen to her. I can't lie to you. I can't. Very gorgeous, beautiful woman. Great voice. No interest in her music. I don't know. It's gotta be me. I gotta be a hater or something because she's huge, you know? Like, I had this discussion recently. I forgot what the discussion was, but it was with somebody, and they were like, oh yeah, they asked me, they were like, are you a hater? And they were like, you know, like, is there anybody, like, this person was talking to me about, like, somebody that they hate, and, like, it didn't really make sense to me, right? But I was just like, whatever. And they were like, I was just listening to them, and I was like, yeah, for sure, sure. And they were like, yeah, so, like, maybe I'm just a hater, though. Like, are you a hater? And I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. I was like, they were like, oh, like, you're confident in that answer. Like, why do you think you're a hater? And I was like, well, because I really don't like Drake. I hate Drake. I hate that man so much. I don't like him. I never have. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he acts. I hate his music. I hate how he trend hops. That's my personal opinion. I swear to God, like, Loverboy Drake, are we serious? Let's be for real now. Let's be so for real with each other right now. Like, that's crazy. No. No. I don't like him. I don't. And you know what? In all honesty, he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't. I'm aware of the fact that he doesn't do anything. I just don't like him. I can't get behind it, right? But the thing is, look at how famous he is. Look at how famous he is. You know, look at how many people love Drake. You know what I mean? So I know it's got to be me. I'm the problem for sure. I admit that. You know what I mean? So if you are a Drake fan, like, I admit it's definitely me. My bad. But I don't get it. So I know for a fact that I'm a hater for sure. I know I am. And like, I feel this way, like, but the thing is, Drake is the only artist that I genuinely just hate. Like, I don't like him at all. Like, I don't want to learn any Drake information. Anything that I've ever learned about Drake has been against my will. Like, I don't want to know this. I don't get his new music. I don't know when he drops. I don't know when his new albums are. I try my best to basically clean my phone of, I don't even want it. I think I have him blocked on Instagram. So, but yeah, no, Sabrina Carpenter, I don't hate her. I just don't like her music. I have her blocked on Spotify, actually. And I have a theory that, like, Spotify and shit is, like, I think this might be, like, a known thing or like, a known theory that, like, Spotify is, like, pushing her music or something. Because, like, bro, I have her blocked and her shit will still play sometimes. Oh, my God. It's killing me. What's my favorite genre of music? I think that varies week to week. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog. That definitely varies. You found your people, Drake haters. Okay, welcome. This is good. But yeah. No, yeah, so I admit I am a hater. I really wonder how this sexy red lip gloss is going to go, though. Okay. Wow, there was so much more I wanted to talk about. We'll leave it to Wednesday. So we've got stuff to talk about. How do I come with such a long list? Dude, it's been an hour and 9 minutes. Took us 47 minutes. Probably 50 when I finished explaining Pasadena. How do I do it? All of those conversations were all connected to each other. That's wild. Anyway, guys, I hope that you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. I was fried as fuck. Trust me, if you have a dispensary near you and you haven't tried them, definitely go try those Pacific Stone pre-rolled blunts. That shit was so fucking fire, dude. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, I hope that you guys had a great weekend. I hope that you guys had a great day as well. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your night. I hope you wake up feeling great because tomorrow is going to be a great day. You also think Taylor Swift is overrated. I agree with that one too. That's another one that I'm like, I definitely have to just be a hater. That one for sure. I don't like her music either. I loved her country era. I was fucking with that shit when she came out with like Love Story and shit. Oh, don't play with me. That song is so good. I know all the lyrics. I sing that regularly still to this day. So yeah, no, definitely a hater on that one too. But yeah, that's my hater list, everybody. I love you guys so much. Sleep well, everybody. Good night.